In June, it was all about the Alaska coast, but in July, it's all about that big, beautiful interior. From Denali to Fairbanks to Central, and then all the way back to Valdez. That is, if we can survive the apex predator of the far north, the mosquito. So to visualize the major roads of Alaska's interior, just picture a giant capital A, where Anchorage is at the bottom left hand. And if you continue north, up from there, you'll eventually hit that horizontal intersection of the crossbar. And that basically is Denali. And it was here that we got our first taste of tundra.
Really cool.
Once you let the
Squishy.
I'm gonna step
Nava, you brought the right shoes.
shining down from afar. I don't mind the rain, bringing life back.
It's stinky.
When dealing with the pain, no, I don't mind. No.
Alaska has basically three major mountain ranges that all run parallel west to east. There's the Chugach Range that runs along the coast.
Show what you
The Brooks Range is the more northerly range in the upper third of the state. That's where Gates of the Arctic is. We made a video of our trip to that awesome national park. But this is the Alaska Range, and it is sandwiched between the Chugach and the Brooks.
I was picking wildflowers along the path on our last hike, and I found this one and thought, oh my gosh, how unique. Gathered them up as part of my bouquet, one little stem of them, and as I was doing all of my flower identifying after the fact, I saw that it was a flower called monk's hood or wolfbane, and it is highly toxic. Some people, even to like touch the stem or the leaves, have a numbing or a paralysis. And in touching the roots, and if you ingest any, lights out. So now I know how to poison somebody if I ever wanted to do that. I don't.
So here in the Alaska Range, we instantiated a new family tradition. The engineer called it a nature bath. From a common starting point, we all oriented in our own direction, and on the count of 3, started walking for a couple minutes, and then just stopped and sat in the quiet and looked around. We were camped near Denali, but I knew that statistically our chances of seeing North America's highest peak were very, very low.
All right, so we're looking at these mountains last night. I mean, they're beautiful and everything, and so big. But it was so cloudy. I thought, probably not gonna be able to see Denali. It's supposed to be cloudy all week. So, wait a second. There she is. And wow, look at the mountains with no snow cover at the bottom that are the size of the ones right here in front of me that I just showed you.
And there she is, North America's highest peak. It's hard to gain perspective of just how high this monster is, but from where we are parked right here in the car, we're seeing a mountain that is over 60 miles away from us. Weather conditions around the peak are so notoriously changeable that we never guessed that we would get this absolutely perfect view just on the side of the road. It was totally a gift.
Jai, no. I think it's about time to go. Oh my!
I tripped. I didn't mean to. No.
Our campsite in Denali was basically the only reservation that we made months before we ever came to Alaska. This is a giant park, and there is so much to explore. Even with 2 weeks, we knew we would just barely be scratching the surface of what was available to see. But on the day that we were supposed to check in, there was a forest fire near the entrance to the park that shut the entire thing down. So it turns out we never got to camp in Denali. We parked for just a couple days in a little town, about 30 minutes from the entrance, and then came in for just a few short hikes and to see the National Park Service's only working dog team. My goodness, these guys have unbelievable energy. They live to work. How can you really go to Alaska and not do something related to sled dogs? So, as his birthday gift, Ozzy got to go and ride with a local sled team. It's a husband and wife team that run the kennel. They've both competed in the Iditarod, and one of them even won 4th place. Ozzy was so inspired and came back with fascinating information.
They need 4 tons of beef or all the types of foods they eat, which chicken, beef, I think, more stuff, blah, blah, blah.
This is urban camping in Fairbanks. And you know how you can tell it's urban camping even though it looks like it's the woods? Because people feel free to just pull right behind you and set up camp. Okay, so continuing up that capital A all the way up to the apex, we come to Fairbanks, which is basically the capital city of interior Alaska, unofficially. Our urban parking situation was basically in the giant lot outside of Pioneer Park, which is this cute little city park / amusement park / tourist attraction / gift shop. It's really hard to describe. It has a little bit of everything. So we lived with the feeder rigs that parked all around us and ran their generators all night, and we had a great time seeing the local sites, including the World Eskimo-Indian Olympics. This annual sporting event showcased some incredible athleticism. We made it over in time to see the qualifiers for the 2-foot high kick and the 1-foot high kick. We even got to see some injuries. Very exciting. And then there was the other side of the Olympics, the pain tolerance part. This is the ear pull. A piece of sinew is wrapped around each contestant's ear, and they pull away from each other until the other person can't stand it anymore. You can tell who's just competed because they walk around with blood dripping down the side of their head. Hard to watch, but you just can't look away. Are taking the Steese Highway to the Yukon-Charlie National Preserve, and our first stop off the road is this Gold Dredge, second largest in the state of Alaska. I think they said it brought up, if this is the one I'm remembering right, something like $70 million worth of gold. So, pretty cool. There's a long gravel road that leaves from Fairbanks and heads northeast to Circle. Circle was the place to be for gold miners way before the Klondike Gold Rush. All along the way, there are glimpses into Alaska's gold mining past. This is an abandoned gold dredge that we saw. These behemoth machines gobble up incomprehensible amounts of gravel, and in an automated way they sift through them and collect the gold and then leave these huge piles of tailings all around. We were a little nervous to take this Steese Highway out to Circle. It's very remote, and there were some mixed reports about conditions. It's really a long haul, so we planned that midway through we would stop and get out and hike. This is the White Mountains National Recreation Area, and I know there's an amazing view out there. If we can only see it.
We're stopped here to see this this pipe that took like 50-something thousand gallons of water a minute over to the Gold Dredging area. We're all inside the car because you can probably tell the mosquitoes are absolutely murderous. Look at Tess. Look at them buzzing all around her. Oh my gosh. Oh, you can't really see it with this camera, but
oh my
are.
goodness, there's so many other. They're out, not me. I am.
No, she needs to just slap them all away from her. Oh my gosh, that poor dog.
Guys, make room. No, they can't. Not in the back. They can't do it in the back. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hurry, hurry, hurry! Shut the door.
Run, Jess!
Oh my gosh, can you see all of those? It's a plague!
30 miles before Circle, we made it to Central, where there was a really cool local mining museum. Up until that point, the road really had not been bad, but when we were talking to the curator, we got some intel that led us to believe that the next 30 miles were going to take us upwards of 3 to 4 hours to navigate. We didn't have that kind of time, so we set a target time, made as far as we could, and then had to turn around. On our way back, we enjoyed another little foray in that White Mountains National Recreation Area, and oh my gosh, this may be one of the most memorable hikes of our trip. It was just so stunningly beautiful. The weather was so come and go, and it just really felt like you were on the very tippy top of the world. There was nobody to be seen in any direction, and you could see him coming from miles and miles away. Back to Fairbanks in one piece. And now it's time to head down that capital letter A down to the next junction where that horizontal bar meets. That horizontal bar, by the way, you could call that the Denali Highway. Runs east to west. On the western side is Denali, and it runs right along the base of that Alaska range. The Denali Highway is unpaved. We didn't want to take our rig the entire way across, but we definitely wanted a little taste test. So we set up camp in view of these incredible glacial eskers which are these like sand and gravel ridges that are left behind after a glacier melts. This was probably the worst week all summer in terms of bugs, and we were not brave enough to get out very much at all. But when we discovered some blueberries all along these eskers, well, we had to risk it all. Eskers, there must have been glaciers, and there's still the Gulkana Glacier very close to where we were camped. This was going to be the one, ladies and gentlemen, the one that we would make it up to. So we drove in as far as our wheels could take us, hoped we wouldn't get stuck, and then had to count on our feet to take us the rest of the way.
Max, is it off-road recovery?
And that's that. Have to do it in four-wheel?
Yeah.
No. You disappointed?
Yeah.
Raya, did you even notice
We could have
what was
gone the
happening?
max tracks. I felt it.
All of this water is glacial runoff, so follow this water and it's going to lead us right to the glacier. Of course, we've got to get across it first.
Bye, get up! Save yourself! Tess? Tess, are you ready?
She's really gripping.
Is she? Oh, sure.
The closer that we got to the glacier, the river definitely became more rambunctious, we'll say that. And we realized we were going to have to cross it again in order to get up to the toe of the glacier. I'm going to be real, this definitely was pretty dicey. Made it with minor, not serious injury. And the only things that got swept away in this current were not that important, so that's good.
Tess, is that your good side? It's very tough to walk on. It's like Mariah said, like the ground is butter. You step on the rocks and they sink.
So that aqua blue ice up there, we thought that's the glacier. And then this other stuff down here is just sort of a thin crust, you know, of what's spilling out of that. We were wrong. All of this stuff disguised as rock. It is ice.
Is she sinking? Oh, what fun. What fun. are so muddy. Good gravy. Are you as muddy as me? I think you are.
Mom, you need to take a video of this.
Oh my gosh. Turn around so I can see your wet pants.
They're not really wet.
Oh, dirty pants. Got her backpack. We should have brought it.
It's not that the ice is petering out, it's that the ice is literally heaving and shoveling all of this rock and churning it up so that it rests on top of the ice. This is like super thick what we're standing on. See, you can see here, all of the rock just rests on top, but underneath, that is all ice.
It's just like an ice core. Come on, Tess. Oh boy.
That's cool.
Nava, help me out.
Oh, you're actually stuck.
I hate this.
Guy's so bummed because he can't fly his drone. And look at this. It's all ice. This is all part of the glacier. But you can't tell how deep that is. It's really deep.
On our way down from the toe of the glacier, we realized that if we skirted along the side, we wouldn't have to do that same dicey river crossing. Instead, we would just have to do some dicey ice wall hugging and hopefully not fall into the raging river below us. Gulkana Glacier sure didn't look that big from where we parked our car, but after we walked all the way to it and all the way back, we realized it wasn't that it was small, it was just far. And man, when we got back, we were done. We have loved the interior of Alaska, but it's time to continue down that capital A and make it down to the very bottom right-hand corner, the end point, and that is in Valdez. To get there, we're going to have to cut our way through that Chugach mountain range that guards the coast of Alaska. The payoff is worth it, though, because Valdez is called the Switzerland of Alaska. Any direction you look, you'll see a waterfall.
Look, we're out here on the trail in Alaska.
And in the middle of the
Softa's
ski.
booking it through the dense rainforest here. Mosquitoes and all. And here we go. So pretty. Hey, hold on. We were coming up here through this canyon, heard what initially I thought, wow, that's a really loud truck, but it kept getting louder. And then I thought maybe it's a helicopter, like right here. But the boys were up ahead, and it was in fact a rock slide.
Yeah, that was cool.
Still some dust, a bit of dust. Wow, was like how much was it?
I don't know. We got here really late, but there was like some big rocks.
Really?
Yeah.
And you saw it taking out trees? Oh, I see it took out trees.
Yeah, you don't see it?
Oh my gosh, right there. Of Softa right out of the gate. I mean, that is a lot. not for these guns, but but she is on the way down, so she did go up that. And she's okay. We are parked up here at a hatchery, a salmon hatchery, which is right over here. This morning we had an awesome time watching, as you can see, the myriad of seagulls and sea lions come in and have themselves some breakfast. And now the tide has gone out. Hear all those sea lions? They're like burping. Now the tide has gone out and the boys are hauling them in. It's mostly pinks, which we have been told are not good to freeze. So they have just done catch and release. Someone gave them what they thought was a coho, but it turns out it's just a pink. So we are stuck with one pink that we're gonna have to, oh, there's a guy right there. If you remember when we were down on the Kenai Peninsula, we had a blast getting our fill of sockeye salmon. This is a different kind of salmon that comes here in Valdez. It is a pink salmon. This is the stuff that typically gets put in a can or in pet food. Okay, this is what we came to Alaska to see. These are really not good eating, but oh my gosh, the entertainment value of watching this salmon run was incredible. In your normal, everyday conditions. There's a lot of cool stuff, but it's hard to see it.
There's a lot of cool stuff.
So humble. Need a little more meal. And a lot of berries. Out here, nobody knows. We need to have a good story. Here we go. Getting ready to kayak. Valdez Glacier Lake, which is 600 feet deep.
Put that strap on.
ready for this. Yes, they're in my backpack. This. Okay, it is only a quarter of a mile to get up there. Almost 800 feet elevation. Okay, now go. I'm videoing. Let me see. Oh my gosh. That's so crazy. Oh my gosh. This is the worst.
We're up there.
Okay, that helped. Go ahead. Yeah, lots of flies. Tons of flies. Nava's falling apart. Come on, Nava. We can do this. Wow. Look at these. There are so many flies.
We're on a trail that requires a rope. I am literally on the edge. And here's what the trail looks like. That's at eye level. That's eye level, that's the trail. And the trail continues to go up that way. And that's not even the worst, most hazardous part. The most hazardous part is these. Flies. They are by far the worst. There's so many flies, and you can't even hardly move. You can't stop moving. This is the most hazardous trail we've been on, maybe ever.
We are in full scale.
Ever aborted.
Full scale retreat.
We have never been in such a retreat.
Not because it's not a beautiful view. It is beautiful view. But unfortunately, we are too attacked by harried and attacked by flies to notice. So here.
The bugs and the terrain is quite bad.
It is quite bad. Here, go ahead.
The terrain is awful.
Okay, here. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Just look at my legs.
Oh my gosh, so terrible. I killed 3 with 1 swat, and I probably could have swatted anywhere on my body and killed that many. Okay, go ahead. I wanna see it go. Oh my gosh, careful. I'm pretty much just sliding down on my butt. Oh, can you see all these flies? Ah! Literally just sliding down at this point. Wow, he's got blood all over his pants. We're gonna have to scrub, Rafi, or you want me to scrub? We're very lucky. This is the first time I think that this has ever happened. Ending a hike, I have to take somebody to the hospital for an injury. Maybe they won't do anything, but...
No, that's gonna need stitches.
Yeah, it turns out he did need stitches. But stitches, the worst bugs we've ever seen, canceled flights. You'll have to ask Safta about that one. All of that still added up to one of the best months. All of that still added up to more than we ever could have asked for out of a month in the Alaskan wilderness. This is where we learned that even our best laid plans, yeah, they have a way of falling through. And being flexible enough to embrace plan B or C or D or E after G is really what makes for an unforgettable, wonderful time. I guess I'd call the style of travel that we have learned to embrace opportunistic travel. Yeah, we head in the general direction of where we think there's going to be an abundance of activities or experiences that we would like to try. But in the end, the things that we anticipate, yeah, maybe they don't show up. And the things that we didn't anticipate, hey, grab them. Don't let it go by. There were lots of things that we had planned on doing that we really wanted to do that it just wasn't in the cards for this time.
Here, Ozzy,
That's okay, there'll be another time. And in the meantime, we had other unexpected and equally as wonderful experiences.
Oh my gosh, look at that guy. That is a big one.
No matter where you find yourself along the way, there are so many opportunities that are going by just waiting for you to snag them, make the best of them, turn them into a memory that's worth keeping. I mean, really, the opportunities are as plentiful as this giant salmon run that's swimming through. Nothing to fret over. Just chill. When it's go time, the opportunities are going to be there for you to catch them.